Welcome to Yoga and Wellness with Deb, and to this yin-inspired yoga session. In this gentle session, I'll guide you through a full body stretch designed perfectly for those of us that do a lot of sitting during the day. We'll start out by stretching the hips, the low back, to increase relaxation and promote flexibility. And then we'll open up the chest, relax the shoulders down and back, and the neck. You may want to have one block, a pillow, or a folded blanket with you today, just for comfort, but none are necessary. All you really need is a quiet place to practice and enough room to spread out your mat. So when you're ready, let's unwind together. We'll start today lying on our backs with the knees bent. Once you're comfortable, I invite you to gently close your eyes and take a moment just to arrive. Let go of the day's rush, the to-do list, and any thoughts that are swimming around in your mind. And give yourself permission to dedicate these next few minutes entirely to you. Now gently draw the left knee in towards your chest, keeping the right knee bent and on the floor. Maybe just make some gentle circles around the hip joint, moving one direction, then the opposite direction. Just warming up the joint and getting the nutrients to start moving through that hip joint. And then settle with the knee to the chest, flex the foot and press your heel towards the ceiling. For hamstring stretch, you could stay right here or allow the leg to come a little closer towards the chest. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach with the first two peace fingers of the left hand holding on to the big toe. Resting here comfortably, allow your shoulders to rest down and back on the mat. The small of the back and your hips are on the mat, only going as far as is comfortable for you. We just want to allow a gentle stretch in the hamstring and the glutes. Release that leg, bend your knee and bring it back down. Extend the right leg out long and take the left ankle over the right thigh, allowing the knee to fall out to the sides. Bring your arms out to a big T, opening up the chest and allowing the back and the hip to relax. Softly breathing in and out. And then maybe you take the hands up behind the head where the head meets the neck. Open the elbows and open the chest a bit farther. Continue to focus on your breath, breathing in and out. Now you could stay right here, or if you'd like to take that stretch a little deeper, open the arms and bring them up overhead. Turn the palms away from you, elbows down to the floor, and then relax the hands up overhead, palms up. And if the arms up over your head like this are just too much for your shoulders today, maybe you choose the elbows out to the side or arms out to a T. Find which pose works best for you today. Now reach your arms up overhead for a full front body stretch. Take a deep breath in and a nice slow exhale out. Bring your hands back down by your sides and carefully bring that left leg back into the floor and bend the right knee as well. Bringing your right knee into the chest, now make those hip circles with the right knee. Gently make big circles or small circles. Just find what feels good for your hip today, going one direction and the other direction. Maybe one more time around and bring your knee into your chest. We'll flex that foot and press the heel towards the ceiling for your hamstring stretch. Maybe you allow the foot to fall towards your chest. And maybe you use the first two fingers on that right hand around the big toe and allow it to rest here. Allow as much bend in the knee as you need. Keep the knees softened. Try to keep your hips and low back on the mat and your shoulders down and away from your ears. Softly breathing. Make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. And notice how that helps the body to relax. You can always have a soft bend in the knee, and you should. Your goal isn't a perfectly straight leg. It's about feeling a gentle stretch in the back of your thigh. Release the right foot if you have hold of it, and bend that right knee. Take your right ankle over the left thigh this time and extend the left leg out to the floor. Allow the knee to fall out to the side and bring your arms out to that nice T with the palms up. Breathing in and out, relaxing into the stretch. And maybe you'd like to bring the hands behind the head with the elbows out and open up the chest a bit more. Opening the front side of the body. Making your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. Signaling to the body that we want it to relax and let go. And then perhaps here you'll come to that fallen cactus with me. Bring your arms out to the T with the palms up first. Bring your arms up and palms together. Turn your palms away from you, elbows down to the floor, and allow the hands to fall up and over your head with the palms up. Find the option of your arms that works best for you. Arms could be straight out to the sides or maybe hands behind the head with the elbows out. Softly breathing in and out, allowing your entire body to relax and melt into the mat. Now bring your arms up overhead again and reach the fingertips towards one end of the room and that left big toe towards the opposite for the full body stretch in the front of the body. Move slowly and mindfully. No need to force the body into any stretches. Just allow your spine to relax, your shoulders to relax, the hip to relax. Now bring your arms back down to your sides and carefully bring that right knee back up to center and plant your right foot on the floor. Bend the left knee and plant that foot on the floor as well. Both knees come in towards your chest. Hug your chin to chest and your knees in for a nice little stretch. And then roll back down, but leave your knees in and bring the knees to the outsides of your chest and body. Maybe you clasp the hands here together, and maybe you have one hand on each thigh. But just allow the knees to rest to the side and your back to softly rest down and melt into the mat. Now bring your knees in together and find your way up to table, either rolling like a ball or roll to one side and come all the way up on your hands and knees. as we prepare for our first side rolling panda. From your tabletop here, we're going to take the left hand and thread it palm up underneath the right shoulder, dropping the shoulder and your head and temple down to the mat. Reach your right arm up and overhead. Take your right shoulder down and away from your ear, and maybe even reposition the head so that the ear is farther away from the shoulder. Focus on your neck and your shoulders. You shouldn't have any pinching or pain. Keep the hips squared over your knees. And this could be your pose for today. Now to deepen the stretch and move into our rolling panda, ground that right hand so that you can take the right leg and kickstand it out to the side. And then gently roll a little farther back onto your upper back. This will move that stretch into the trapezius at the base of the neck and the upper back muscles. And then if you'd like to, you could take that right hand behind the small of your back. You'll have to use the core muscles to hold you here, as this rolling panda may want to just roll over. And if that's too much for you, just use your hand to support you overhead. Relax into the pose wherever you are, whether thread the needle, rolling panda. Softly breathing in, nice slow exhale out. Slowly come out of the pose, bringing that right hand down in front of you. Bring your right leg back in and press back up to your table. Cat and cow. Just a couple of times, round the back up and drop the belly down for cow. Tuck your chin in, round the back for cat. And one more time down for your cow, articulating the spine. And then find your neutral spine and stabilize into your table again. Knees right under your hips, wrists right under your shoulders. We'll move to the other side for thread the needle and rolling panda. The right hand scoops under the left shoulder. Drop that right shoulder down into the mat. Reach overhead with the left hand. You could come to the fingertips or the palm on the mat. Breathe and make any adjustments you need in the neck position. Maybe carefully moving your shoulders down and away from the ear, and moving the ear up a little bit away from your shoulder. Keeping your hips squared over your knees. The tops of the feet are on the floor. You could stay right here in your thread the needle, or maybe move to rolling panda. Take your left hand down and ground it in so that you can bring the left leg out to the side and kickstand it out to the side. And then roll a little farther carefully back and onto the upper back and shoulder. Relaxing your neck, moving the ear farther away from the shoulder. Maybe you take that left hand back and behind to the small of the back. Be careful you're not resting on your neck, but you're resting on the shoulders and the upper back. Focus on your breath here. Softly breathing in. Nice slow exhales out. Feeling it now in the right upper back and trapezius and the upper spine. Breathing here and relaxing into the pose, making any adjustments that you need to. Now releasing your rolling panda, bring your left hand down by your side. Push into the left hand, bring the left leg in, and unthread. Let's just sit back in a nice, comfy child's pose. Knees apart, big toes together, arms up over your head. Just relax your forehead or your temple on the mat. You could also just rest the arms beside your legs and let the shoulders fall down and round forward. Lift your head and come back up to your bottoms, and then we'll come all the way down to the back side once more. Bring your block along with you this time, as we'll use it for our supported knee to chest. Settle your hips and shoulders down and on the mat, and then bring your block over, having it long direction, right underneath both sides of the pelvis. Rest your lower back and shoulders down, and then bring your right knee into chest when you're ready. And then carefully inch that left leg down until you feel just enough stretch in the front of that left hip. There's a big muscle called the psoas there that connects from the thigh bone all the way to your lower spine. And when this muscle gets tight, it literally pulls on the lower back. And stretching this muscle can give you so much relief. Release the right knee, bring that foot back down to the floor, and bend the left knee and bring that to the mat. Now bring the left knee into chest just like you did the right. And carefully inch that right leg out until you feel just enough stretch for you on that right thigh. Breathe in to the front side of that right hip. Soften that space between your eyes and soften your cheeks and your jaw, allowing the body to relax into the stretch. Release this pose. Bring your left knee down and plant it on the floor. Bend the right foot and plant it on the floor as well. We're going to come to a waterfall pose. Simply bring your knees to chest and extend both legs straight up towards the ceiling as if you're resting your feet on the ceiling. Let your arms rest out to the sides, palms up or down. You could have your hips on the floor and your back on the mat, and this pose is just as wonderful. Allow your legs to have a soft bend so that they're relaxed, feeling the weight down and into the hips. Soften your shoulders and soften that space between your eyes. Now bend your knees and bring your feet back down to the floor. Ground the feet into the floor. Lift the hips just enough to remove your block or your pillow and place it aside if you have it under your hips. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow the knees to fall out to the sides. And maybe you bring your hands up behind the head and rest the elbows out and open the chest for reclined butterfly. Opening up the hips, the front side of the body, the chest. Focus on your breath, softly breathing in and out. Soften that space between your eyes and soften your cheeks and your jaw as you relax here. Breathing in and nice slow exhales out. And now release everything down on the mat for our final relaxation in Savasana. Extend the legs out, letting the feet fall out to the side and your arms by your sides. Allow your body to feel heavy and fully supported. maybe close your eyes and let go of controlling your breath or anything, and just allow your body to rest. When you're ready, bend your knees, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll over to your side and bring yourself back to a seated position. I'd love to hear how these poses felt for you today. Thank you so much for joining me today and allowing me to guide you. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I'll meet you here once a week. I'll see you next time. Bye.